Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video for modern dating here.
My husband is currently packing his bags and also packing our kids' stuff because he is going to leave to another state, all because I cheated on him with a mutual friend.
You make it sound so casual and like nothing happened.
After I told him, I was very surprised about his reaction because he was not freaking out or panicking. He just said okay, and then he said he was going to pack his shit and go, but he was also going to take the kids. He was very demure, if I can say that word. Guess I just thought he was going to accept.
It's called stoic, by the way.
The fact that I was cheating on him and then we could just move on and, continue with our perfect lives. But no, he instead chose that he wants to actually leave with our kids.
After cheating with a mutual friend, she was shocked when her husband left her and took their kids with him. She had expected that he would be willing to fight for their relationship, but to her surprise, that never happened.
She's like so matter-of-factly about this. No emotions, no nothing. Like, I had a perfect life. Why did you ruin it?
Why'd y'all get divorced?
Because of me. I primarily was the reason, and so...
Hold on, tell me about that. Because I don't believe that. Might have been some of you.
I had an emotional affair, and so
And you both chose that you couldn't work through an emotional affair after 4 kids?
Yeah, we'd already tried to work through other things.
Okay. Well, I want to separate what you did, have an emotional affair, with a choice to end a marriage. Because you can fall for somebody, you can have deep emotional connection with somebody, and all that. And you can also choose to cut that off and to reimagine and rebuild your marriage if you're both in.
Why is this instantly, it wasn't your fault?
Right? That was bullshit.
Why? Because she cries a bit. She said it was her fault. And he is suggesting it's not just her fault for cheating. Why? Usually he's bang on.
Right?
But when you step outside marriage, you make a unilateral decision about the outcome of the relationship. Emotional affairs are worse. Sometimes he sounds reasonable. Then there is this.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this.
Yeah.
I
actually kind of like the guy. From the clips that we featured, I've only disagreed with him twice now. So
I can't blame him for ending it. I believe most people would understand what he did. An affair is still an affair, no matter whether it was physical or emotional, and his reaction was simply a response to what happened. While reading the comments under this video, one in particular caught my attention. It was from a woman who claimed the wife likely cheated because her husband had emotionally neglected her for years. This was the comment. He probably emotionally neglected her for years. The person who wrote this comment tried to shift the focus onto the husband. According to her, the wife cheated only because the husband failed to fulfill his role. But this reasoning makes no sense because she is an adult and should take responsibility for her own actions. He is not to blame for her decision to cheat.
Man, every time a man cheats, it's his fault. Every time a woman's cheat, what did he do, right? That's that mentality.
This argument is merely an attempt to justify her behavior, but it falls short.
It does.
Even if what the commenter said is true, it still doesn't justify cheating.
It doesn't.
If she felt emotionally abandoned, she should have communicated those feelings and worked with him to find a solution. And if she had already expressed her concerns, but he made no effort to change or showed no interest in improving things, the answer wasn't to stay and cheat. She should have left the relationship. That would have been the best option, as it would have prevented all the drama they're now dealing with.
My husband is currently packing his bags and also packing our kids' stuff because he is going to leave to another state, all because I cheated on him with a mutual friend. My husband and I have been together for a while. No, I don't think there was any issues in the relationship or marriage whatsoever.
Then why the f did you cheat? Why? Why did you ruin your perfect life according to you?
Actually thought our life was pretty perfect, but then I decided to talk to one of our mutual friends, and one thing led to another.
One thing just led to another.
I think I was just really tired of the fact that my husband was constantly working to make sure that we had a roof over our heads and to make sure that everything was paid, and so I just felt very lonely, so I decided that I was just going to message his friend,
Actually, this is pissing me off. She is genuinely pissing me off. Like, the way she's talking about it with just I give no fucks. like as if I'm in the right, he just screwed my whole life up kind of thing. It's so annoying right now.
Just like we are friends, nothing else, that was it. And then all of a sudden it just led to something else.
All of a sudden.
I mean, at least I had the balls to actually tell my husband what was going on.
What does that mean? So you have the balls to tell him that you ruined your marriage. What does that really mean, anything? Congratulations. You still ruined the marriage.
Because I could have kept it from him. You know, I could have just moved on without telling him shit. After I told him, I was very surprised about his reaction because he was not freaking out or panicking. He just said, okay, and then he said he was going to pack his shit and go.
My man.
But he was also going to take the kids. He was very demure, if I can say that word. I just thought he was going to accept the fact that I was cheating on him and then we could just move on. And
See, you thought you had the beta simp, but no, you had a good man that stands on business.
you know, continue with our perfect lives. But no, he instead chose that he wants to actually leave with our kids, and now I'm panicking.
What else did you expect? Wow. Can't imagine why he would
Why?
leave? You can cheat on me anytime you want. Do you think your husband is wrong by leaving you? I'm not sure if it's delusion or just a lack of understanding of what really happened in her marriage. But getting upset that your husband chose to leave after you cheated is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
She should be the first to understand his reaction, because cheating is already painful on its own. But when it involves a close friend, it becomes even more difficult and emotionally complex to process. And this is why her response left me genuinely confused.
Same, brother. I am like, this person has no feelings towards this man whatsoever. She only cares about her perfect life.
She seemed to expect too much from a man who had just been let down by two people he likely trusted deeply. That's what she should be focusing on, rather than being upset that he didn't want to work things out. What makes it even more surprising is the way she talks about the situation.
Yeah.
Almost as if it wasn't a big deal, like he should just be able to move on. But his actions clearly say otherwise. He took it seriously enough to walk away entirely. And
How?
judging by her video, she doesn't appear to feel genuine remorse for what
She
happened.
doesn't.
Something he probably noticed too.
I have like a personal fantasy about like mutually cheating.
Mutually cheating.
So it's just like I know I'm cheating on you and you're cheating on me, and like
But
we
it's
know
turning you
it,
on.
we know it,
Yeah, but it's not cheating.
and it's amazing. But at the end of the day, we come back to each other.
I've never heard someone say it's my fantasy to get cheated on.
Really?
You ever cheated on?
No. I'm just saying it's like no. When I married someone, I wouldn't do it like now.
Oh, you want to be married and like cheat and it will turn you on, but he has to cheat as well.
Yeah.
What? That got even worse. Things got even worse. What the
So
hell?
basically an open relationship.
Right.
That's called swinging. She's simply confused.
I've been to some swinger events before, solo. It is a confusing event.
She's mistaking cheating for an open relationship. If you want to be with someone where both partners are aware that they're seeing other people, that's not cheating. That's consensual. What she needs is to find someone who's genuinely open to that kind of relationship, so they can be on the same page and live happily ever after.
To tell the truth, I can't even judge. I know that statistics says otherwise, but anybody can have whatever relationships they want. I don't care, right? I just give you the warnings of it might not work out so well.
Men can just go sleeping around with like 10 women and it's okay, but then if a woman does it, it's like bad.
How easy do you think it would be for you to go in there and sleep with 10 guys?
Very easily. I mean, because like guys willingly will just go up to you out of the blue.
For the average guy,
So they approach you because they think you're good looking, but they just come at you out of the blue.
like your friend that was just here,
Yeah.
how easy do you think it would be for him to sleep with 10 women?
If the guy is like some like gorgeous model, maybe
Sure.
he might.
Exactly. So you even know, and you're even admitting it in front of the camera.
I think if a guy could sleep with 10 women, the reason he's celebrated is because not a lot of guys can sleep with 10 women. There's a lot of guys that are virgins not by choice. Whereas like even the ugliest woman can sleep with a guy. So why celebrate you for something that's so easy to do?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, you're dumb.
How do
No.
women not understand this?
So dumb.
When logic kicks in, priceless. That hit her like income tax after overtime. This is such a...
Yeah, every time I do overtime, I look at my taxes. I'm just like, what? They took what now?
simple and straightforward concept. Yet for some reason, some women either struggle to understand it or just refuse to accept it.
Nope.
They often
A lot
try
of
to make a
refuse.
point while overlooking the reality that for them, achieving certain things, especially in terms of attracting a guy, requires far less effort. On the other hand, a man typically has to bring significantly more to the table just to reach a similar level of success in that
I think for him to even have to sleep with 2-3 women within a short time span is still significant.
area.
Let
As
alone
we can see,
10.
she struggled with this idea too. For most of her life, she believed it was the same for both genders until the interviewer challenged that belief and proved otherwise. The good thing is that she was open-minded enough to receive the
True.
information without
True.
getting defensive. The best part was her facial expression. When she realized she'd been wrong all this time, it was priceless. You could tell in that moment she was like, "You're right." I was a little surprised she didn't already know this.
Yeah.
She's clearly not 21 anymore, and I expected someone of her age and maturity to have figured that out by now.
I feel like right now in the Black community, there's a lot of women choosing to be single.
True.
A lot of us feel like dating is not beneficial. We're better off just being alone because
Yeah, that's how you women feel. Yes.
men are wicked and literally ruin our lives. Especially when you're a sacred woman and you're high value and spiritually anointed. It's like these men really come into your life
What are you talking about? Spiritually anointed by what? By who?
and they see your light and they do everything in their power to destroy you and break you down to the point of insanity. And then they'll just leave you and discard you with no remorse. Like you meant nothing to them, and they'll go on about their lives. And then when you had to pick yourself back up and you finally overcame all the things they put you through and you getting your light back, you getting your spark
This is why you don't deal with older women with baggage. This is exactly how they feel.
back. Here they come. Here they come back trying to spin the block, to kick you down, to finish you off, bruh.
Bruh.
It's like they're literally sent to destroy you. And the crazy thing about it is that they blame women for everything. Oh, it's the men that you're choosing. Not like it's men out here that's faking their whole intentions with women.
That's exactly the men you're choosing. Learn how to vet men better or have someone help you.
They're literally baiting us. They get us to a point where they reel us in, and then they fake their whole
Yeah, it's only the Chad Rose and the Tukey girl. It ain't normal men doing this.
intentions. They fake their whole persona. That whole mask comes off, and they're a whole different person. They done switched up. They done flopped and folded. You know what I mean? And it's putting women in this position to where they have to protect their hearts, protect their wombs, extra protect it, extra guard yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like, because
It's like she's trying to say something profound in this video, and it's just like there's nothing profound that's coming out of your mouth as much as you're trying to word things in like a poem or whatever it
because
is.
of this, it's starting to distort women's perception of love. It's like if a man sees that you're unhappy, he's going to do everything and go out of his way to make sure you're miserable.
Yeah, see, you thinking that is how bad society is, and women think about men. We just want to make women miserable. That's our goal in life. Yeah.
You will tell a man what makes you upset, what's your non-negotiables, what's your boundaries, and he'll make sure he'll do everything to break those things. It's like men do things on purpose
Or it's just the men you pick, you idiots. Like, come on.
to make us hate them.
This is exactly why therapy is so important. Ironically, the ones who need it most often don't even realize it. In her case, it's clear that past experiences with a few men have led her to develop a negative perception of all men. She now puts everyone in the same category because of the guys she dealt with before. This is what happens when you don't take the time to heal from your past. If she had experienced a healthy relationship, one where she was treated with care and respect, she probably wouldn't hold this opinion. Why are all men suddenly bad just because of the 3 Tyrones she dated?
Right?
Most guys have nothing to do with that. That's the part she needs to understand. And deep down, I believe she knows it's not fair, because everyone shouldn't pay for what 2 or 3 guys did. This is the same as a man who had a bad experience with the woman he was dating, and after that relationship ended, he makes a video talking negatively about all women.
Yep.
It makes no sense, and I know she would agree, as all women aren't the same. What she truly needs is a good therapist to help her work through that pain and start healing properly.
It's funny that women always say that men do this, that, you know, we one woman hurt us, now we hate all women. But it really seems to work the other way around much more often. a few men screw you over, and then all of a sudden all men are evil, and all men don't deserve women, and you know they're all predators and all these things. Men, they give each woman a chance still. At least most men. There are some men that still fall into that category where they think all women are evil too, but most men genuinely even give all women a chance. Then they see the red flags and then see all the behaviors, and then they back off. They don't just back off because you're a woman. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And